back to Whisk and What If. Today we're going to be doing a sweet dough with a cinnamon sugar twist. I have never made this, so I don't know how this is going to turn out, and if you'd like to see how it turns out, stick to the end of the video. Got 1 cup of milk here to lukewarm temperature. We've got 160 grams of white sugar here. I've added some of this mixture into the milk, and we're going to add 1 packet of yeast, active yeast. I'm going to set this to the side so that this can become active. We're going to make the dough now, so we're going to add 230 grams of plain flour, the rest of the white sugar to the bowl, we're going to add a half a teaspoon of baking powder and a half a teaspoon of salt. And we're going to add 80 grams of butter. We're going to then add our yeast mixture that's been sitting for about 5 minutes. Now we're going to mix this in to create a dough. See that this isn't enough flour in this, so I'm going to measure out some more flour, and we're going to slowly add that to 150 extra flour in this, and we'll go from there. Measure out some more flour, and we'll see how we go. 50 grams of flour. Put this out on the bench top and give this a go and see if we need to add more to this. I have never made dough from scratch, so I am learning as much as you are. So let's put this out on the bench top and give it a bit of a knead and see if we need to add any more flour to this. I'm going to pop this into a lightly greased bowl, and then I'm going to cover it with a damp cloth. Making the dough, I realized I didn't have enough flour, so I'm going to rewrite the recipe down with the correct measurement so you guys can have a look. Of my recipes that I'm making from scratch, I measure them out, write them down and post a note, and then when I make them I come back, change what I added or had taken away from the recipe and keep this to the side. So if I go back and perfect it or retry it, I go off the new updated recipe card. After I let the dough rise for an hour and a half in a warm location, I rolled out the dough and then I added a cinnamon sugar mix to the top of it. I added 85 grams of butter, 60 grams of sugar and 3 teaspoons of cinnamon to this. I wonder if you can see where I messed up. Cinnamon loaf. The dough is very doughy, chewy, but the taste is good. there's enough sweetness, the cinnamon, there was enough cinnamon. It was great. Now, it failed. It flopped. It didn't cook well in the tin. It was in there for an hour and a half, and when I took it out, it was still doughy and uncooked in the middle. So next time I'm going to cut it differently and roll it differently so that it will cook better. But it was a good idea, and I still think it is a success, even though it flopped. It flopped big time, but that's okay. I hope you enjoyed this recipe, and if you know of any way to help improve this recipe in any way, feel free to comment down below. And I hope you enjoyed this one as well, and I'll see you in the next one.